Some games are classics for their lovable characters. Some live forever because of their awesome playability, but this list covers some of the games that will go down in infamy as memorial just how so damn difficult they are. Here's a list of the top 10 most unforgivable classic games of all time. Comix Zone. This 1995 arcade-style beat-em-up game was designed to look like you were playing a comic book with moving panels and word bubbles, and was made for the original Sega Genesis. The game was colorful and imaginative, however enemies that dispensed too much damage and a sheer lack of continues frustrated many players, and only the skilled could make it past level 2, only to die and have to start from the beginning again. Friday the 13th. In February 1989, Nintendo released one of the first survival horror games in Friday the 13th, a game based on the classic horror movie series with the same name. The objective of the game is to survive for 3 days and 3 nights while attempting to find and kill Jason, and save the other camp counselors, all the while chucking rocks and knives at zombies, wolves, crows, and anything else that'll get in your way. The difficulty really comes in when you encounter Jason himself, appearing out of nowhere and is seemingly unkillable. Like, he'll take you out quickly if you aren't carefully navigating the woods. Navigating the woods can be confusing and disorienting, and the weapon that will actually allow you to kill Jason involves lighting fireplaces, exploring a cave, and even fighting the floating zombie head of Jason's mother, all with no clues on how to accomplish this in the game itself. Prince of Persia. The original Prince of Persia was released in 1989 for PC and Apple II computer, and featured an unnamed hero who must save a princess from the evil Jafar. Escaping from a dungeon filled with falling floors, pits, guards, and even your evil doppelganger, you have 60 minutes in real time to defeat the evil magician and rescue the princess. If taking damage from jumping from high objects isn't unforgiving enough, you have only 3 hit points and have to begin from level 1 every time you die, until you finally make it to level 3. Did we also mention the 60-minute timer never stops? Even if you have to start over from the beginning for the 17th time. Super Star Wars. In 1992, Super Star Wars was released based on the movie franchise with the same name. The games were released in 3 installments, similar to the movies, and starred Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. Although the games took off and were mildly popular in their release, they were no slouch on the difficulty. Every level is a struggle, as players dodge lasers and deadly traps, all while hammering on the fire button at all times. Boss battles are massive and unforgiving, and the vehicle levels are innovative, but suffered from poor controls, which didn't help when you were taking multiple hits. Ecco the Dolphin. A truly unique game, Ecco the Dolphin was released in 1992 by Sega and starred an average ordinary dolphin. Instead of insane shooting maneuvers or powered-up weapons, you defeated enemies by using headbutts on a quest to find your lost dolphin pod, which led to finding the lost city of Atlantis and even time travel? Well, unfortunately, players have reported that the game is so difficult that even with invincibility turned on, it was still difficult to beat, as falling stone blocks could still kill you. And if you had no cheats on at all, it was very common to be trapped underwater and run out of air. Conkers Bad Fur Day. This 2001 Nintendo 64 entry featured a drunken squirrel named Conker on his simple quest to return home to see his girlfriend Berry. Mixing puzzle solving, platforming, and object gathering, there is certainly plenty to do in Conkers Bad Fur Day. Although, put out in 2001, it's still considered a Nintendo 64 classic due to its comedy and style. but also because of its difficulty and the fact that the controls were inverted for Conker, similar to a flight simulator, where the down arrow moved the character up and vice versa. Marble Madness. Originally released in 1984 by Atari, and was Atari's first game to use the Atari System 1 hardware, players would use their trackball to navigate a digital marble through a maze while avoiding falling off the edge of platforms, getting stopped by slime worms, or even getting crushed by evil versions of your ball, all against a race with the clock. The game's use of physics were amazing at the time, but frustrated many people who would accidentally send their marble spinning into pits, or rolling down hills unintentionally directly into objects. The game was almost impossible to master, but still picked up an incredible following, and was ported to later systems, presumably with better controls, so players didn't lose their marbles. Number 3, Bushido Blade 2. A 3D fighter developed by Sony for the original PlayStation in 1997. The object of the game was killing your opponent as you both ran around the semi-interactive battleground. The game used a realistic body hit detection system that was designed to deal realistic damage to your opponent, meaning it was very common to immediately be killed within the first or second hit in combat, making the game dynamic more about who inflicts the first hit rather than who's more skilled. Mario Bros. 2. You might be surprised to find that you might have grown up playing the original Super Mario games, but have never played the original Super Mario Bros. 2. Released in 1986 for the Famicom Disk System, the game was deemed too unforgiving for American audiences, and instead was replaced with another game originally released as Doki Doki Panic, but given a facelift so the sprites would resemble the lovable characters so well known in the United States. Super Mario 2 was visually similar to the first Super Mario game, but with its difficulty cranked up to 11. Later, the game was retitled The Lost Levels and sold in the United States as part of the Mario All-Star Game Pack in 1992. Now, before we get to number 1, here are the top 3 runners-up that didn't quite make the list. Silver Surfer, a side-scrolling Nintendo shooter where you play as a character with infinite cosmic powers, but who dies immediately if he touches enemies, or the ground, or anything. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. From the cartoon fame Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was a popular Nintendo action game, but ask its fans about the underwater dam stage and watch them cringe. Ghosts and Goblins. Starting out with the ability to only take 2 hits, and given a weapon that can only fire in a straight line, you're put at a disadvantage against enemies that can move in multiple directions, and once you've finally beaten the game, prepare to do it again, as you're sent back to the beginning on a harder setting. So, now that we've covered our runners-up, the winner is Top Gun, another game based on a movie. The original Top Gun was a jet fighter simulator released for many game systems in 1986. It had you piloting a jet fighter through various missions with realistic concerns such as ammo and fuel. The realism may have been a bit too much, as such tasks as refueling by airships and especially landing left most players crashing and burning. Top Gun may just live on in infamy as one of the most frustrating and unforgivable games in history. Got an idea for a top 10? Do you agree with our list? Do you have more games to add to it? Comment below and let us know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to check out another video like it, click the link on the left. If you'd like to see another FTN Media video, click the link on the right. If you liked me and want to see more of my content, check out my personal channel in the bottom link. And don't forget to click the subscribe button right in the center so you don't miss any future FTN content.